Hey everybody, my name's Charles Redding. I'm the family pastor at Lamar, and I'm going to read a devotion from my book, Relentless 2. So if you've got this book at home, grab it and read along with me. We're going to be reading from day 24 today. It's called Snare. And the verses are from Psalm 119, verses 109 and 110. My life is in my hands continually, but I have not forgotten your law. The wicked have set a snare for me, but I do not stray from your precepts. So Jared and Ian stopped dead in their tracks. The sign on the path in front of them read, "If you continue along this path, you do so at your own risk. You take your life in your own hands." What? They had just started exploring this part of the jungle. Now they're getting stopped almost before they had begun. Another sign read, "Snares ahead. Beware." Well, now their imaginations were running wild. Ian wondered aloud, what does this mean? Steel-jawed traps that will snap our legs off at our knees? Jared said, I'm worried about poison darts that will freeze us like statues. What about razor-sharp knives and whirling blades that will slice off our ears so we can't hear Mom call us to dinner? Mused Ian. 'Cause I'm already getting a little hungry. I think maybe we should turn around now so we don't miss dinner. Even if we're not venturing through a dense forest or a tropical jungle, all of us have come across people who try to trick us, who try to hurt us or set traps and snares to mess up our lives. Even the writers of the Bible were treated that way. David and Jeremiah, to name just two, they both mentioned it in their writings. David in Psalm 141:9 and Psalm 142:3, and Jeremiah 18:22. You can look those up in a minute and read about that. But also we know there were tricksters in Daniel's day, mean guys who set Daniel up by going behind his back to the king so that Daniel would be arrested and thrown where? Into the lion's den for simply praying to God. That was mean and tricky. That was a snare. The Bible tells us that when we choose to follow God, there will be those who will want to be unkind and mistreat us. But Jesus instructed his followers in Matthew chapter 5 that when these things happen, we should rejoice and be glad because great is your reward in heaven. But he goes on to say, if someone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. That's in Matthew 5:41. Meaning, do even more than is asked of you because you are being a witness for Christ. One thing is very important to remember. While we are out there in the world and we are facing snares and traps that others set to harm us, we are not alone. God has promised to never leave us or forsake us. You can read that in Joshua 1:5. Also, God specifically tells us he will save us from the snares if we make him our refuge and our fortress. That's in Psalm 91, verses 2 and 3. So despite the unexpected and hidden snares in our world, will you commit to staying on God's path today? He'll be right there with you. It's the best path to take, and you have the promise of the best companion and guide. Ready to walk with him? Let's do it.